the computer science is focused on not coding. It's focused on computational thinking. How to make cloud code well is like a subject for computer science.
New technology is disruptive. Electricity was disruptive. Like fire. The discovery of how to create fire was disruptive.
AI tools is always changing. And last week, cloud code is boom up all over the world.
Having a degree doesn't mean that you will have employment, especially now that like AI is disrupting the career ladder.
To make rules of AI for their school, it is most important things for the governance, because if there are no rules, students always use GPT for their homework.
Yes, I'm currently doing a course right now. I saw myself like reaching for AI to like summarize something, and I thought to myself, no, Nicola, we're not doing that. Read every single source. Yes, it's 12 pages, but read it. We shouldn't just quickly summarize everything.
I think teach like an entrepreneurship is become more important. Job is decreased, so make an idea of your own business. Try to go out.
Talk to people.
Yeah. Talk to people.
Yeah. Welcome to the Human Edge podcast. Here we talk about how we can design a better future using AI. Over the past couple of years, with the popularization of AI, there's been a lot of fear, a lot of hype. But here we want to understand how we can use AI governance, policy, and AI education and literacy to actually take and improve the future. What we're going to start off by talking about is actually AI in education. So the EU is saying that we should be cautious about its implementations. The US is saying innovate freely, and Sweden saying roll it all back. So I have here an expert on this topic. He's 29. He's running an EdTech company. He is currently pursuing a PhD and is the very best person to talk about on this topic, on how we can actually design a better future with AI, specifically in education. So hi, Justin, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you, Nicola. Yeah, I'm Justin, the CEO of Team Monolith, and we make an EdTech platform called Codle. So we're trying to make schools more easy to teach AI, and also we trained teachers to teach AI for their schools. So we make both curriculum and platform for the schools.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm going to actually start off with the human side of things. And talking about, so you've had a very busy day.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So tell us about where you've been very busy. Tell us about, I guess, what's happened to you today, and then we can dive deeper into the question on specifically what your company is doing in terms of designing better futures.
So most of the days I stayed in UAE about 3 weeks, and we are here for doing some pilots with schools for our AI education platform. So it's on progress now. So first we trained teachers, and then we're trying to make adopt in our platform. So and now we work with SPIA from the Sharjah Private Education Authority, and they pick some schools, and now they are involved in our platforms.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and at the morning I was at one of the big education conference in Sharjah, so I was attend them, and tomorrow I have a speak at the biggest dorm. So yeah,
very busy.
Yeah,
and
very
then,
busy.
And then next week you're going to be in Korea again.
Yeah, I will go back to Korea at the Monday morning.
So Sharjah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Korea.
Yes, actually, last 2 weeks at the weekend I was at Bahrain.
Is it? Wow.
Yes, and before the UAE, 1 week at London because of the BET, one of the big
conferences.
Big expo in worldwide.
Awesome.
Yes. So now I come back to Korea tomorrow. Yeah.
So very, very busy. And I think that this actually helps us go into our first topic in terms of, having such a global company that has touched and been present in over 750 schools as well. I'm wondering, obviously you feel so passionate about AI's power to improve education. And I was looking actually at the name of your company, Team Monolith, and at how you said actually the 2001 Space Odyssey inspired that.
Yeah, that's right.
In terms of
you study
helping.
a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, in terms of like inspiring and helping humanity reach, I guess, Star Child level. So can you talk about how, the reason why you started this company and why you think it's going to help human beings get to that next level of learning and ability?
When I am doing at the PhD, I was I was like consulting for the university admissions in Korea. So I'm trying to pick the university for students.
Yeah.
And then go to their university. So like a consulting, just pick some universities they can go, and then also help them for the test or interviews like that. And I was actually majored electronical engineering. So most of my students want to major computer science or electronical engineering, but most of them they cannot coding and don't know about Python, and they don't even know how typing is hard.
Yeah.
So I was very shocked about that. So we trying to make a coding education platform. That's about 6 years ago in Korea, and we trying to produce at the high school and middle school at first. So that was our beginning of our platform, and then our president is trying to make an AI digital textbook policy. So it is the policy that usually in schools all the textbook is free in our country.
Okay, that's really interesting. I didn't know that.
And all textbook is on pet. They must pass the test, and all the and Ministry of Education check about the knowledge about the textbook, and then our president trying to make an AI digital textbook. So it is on a centralized platform, and they are connected with each vendors of AI digital textbooks. And that time we are one of the vendors for the computer science subjects. So for the AI digital textbook, we are the subject is math, English, and computer science. So at that time we make a platform aligned with the AI digital textbook policy, and then we are became popular, and then now we are trying to expand worldwide.
Oh, very nice. And that's why we see you
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's right.
That's why we're seeing you everywhere. But, in terms of expanding worldwide, I assume that creates a lot of problems, like I said, with the EU AI Act.
Yes.
Especially with Article 29 that actually says that it's considered schools as deployers. If they're using AI tools, they're considered deployers, and they're also having to be responsible about that. And then on top of that, like I said, I've seen you in London. You've been here in the UAE as well.
Yes.
And then also doing things in Korea. Right now, the AI governance landscape is very fractured.
Yes.
I think in the US, it's state by state.
State by state.
So that must be really hard. So I guess you being able to operate in these different countries and different landscapes, I would want to understand, how are you going about that? How are you going about AI governance?
Okay, so actually in Korea, there is a national curriculum for AI. It's about 3 or 4 years ago. So we have our own national curriculum, and Korea is really good at making standards and the curriculum. So our content is aligned with the AI national curriculum in Korea. And what you mentioned, all the policy, an EU AI, like that, it is our researchers study a lot and then make this AI national curriculum for Korea. So we already followed that rules and they are keep updating. And now we are focused on the next step for AI strategy. So we're trying to put in as soon as we can.
Yeah.
So now we are keep update our curriculum from our side for the worldwide. So why I am in UAE is because I think here is like a center of the world. There is a lot of schools
Very true.
with different curriculum like British, IB, American, like CBSE, like Indian, even the Pakistan, Philippines, but there is no Korean here. I don't know why.
Yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, so except Korea, there is a lot of curriculum in here. So actually, in SPIA pilot, now we are doing pilot for like 5 different kinds of schools, like British, American, IB, Australian, and Pakistan,
Wow.
and India. About 6 curriculum. So during this pilot, we trying to meet teachers, like IT teachers in their schools. So we're trying to follow up their curriculum with our curriculum.
So would you say that actually the UAE is probably one of the best place if you were trying to understand how you're going to navigate all these AI governance frameworks or how to create AI education systems that are actually very well catered to the different cultures in different countries? This is the best place to start.
Yeah, that's right. So I
that's
think
really
about.
interesting.
So we're trying to, so we make a curriculum and then trying to make a like a Netflix, so for an Indian version standard, like and pick some chapters and make aligned with for their countries, and also here is most of schools used English is also good for us.
Yeah,
because now we have only English version, and if it works well, we are trying to translate it with Arabics.
Okay, perfect. And I would actually like to add to that in terms of like with AI governance. When I was looking at your website, one of the core principles that you had was making sure that the educators are educated themselves.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
The first step with AI governance, the first step with any of that, in my opinion anyway, is AI literacy.
Yeah,
people
that's
understanding the limitations of it. Because I think going back to the South Korean example with the AI-powered digital textbooks, actually it ended up not going as well. I think they invested 1.2 trillion won in it. It didn't go as well because some teachers were reporting, students forgetting passwords. And as an ex-teacher myself, I know these kids always be forgetting passwords or, they get distracted by technology sometimes. But I think it comes from the fact that these teachers aren't trained in AI literacy, so they can't use these tools to the best of their ability, right? So how do you guys go? Because I know that that's something you actively do with Codle, that you're actively training these teachers to be able to actually make sure that it's having an impact.
First, for example, in our country, with the AI digital textbook, or now our Ministry of Education now is focused on AI literacy, and our government puts a lot of budget for training. Also, it's it's huge. So so we are also focused on training because of the a budget. We're trying to earn money because we are the business and the company, we are startups. So we also focused on training, and I think most of training is just focused on how to use AI tools during your class. But it is not good because AI tools is always changing. So last week the cloud code is boom up all over the world, but so we're trying to train the teachers how to use AI during the class. for the best way, and for the principal, and I think to make the rules of AI for their school, it is most important things for the governance, because if there are no rules, students always use GPT for their homework,
Yes.
or even though teachers make their content with AI very fastly. So trying to make trying to train like this in our training sessions.
Yeah.
So for example, beginning with if the first our first chapter is like an AI literacy. So it begins with like a discussion. So discussion and share their ideas about AI at first, and then we have an AI tutor for AI tutors, and it made like on trying not to give on whole answer. So it designed like if students gave a little bit of answers, it's trying to make a comment for get more developed answers, so such like that. So this is focused on like a homework or the last of the class, trying to give up like an essay based questions.
Yeah.
So we're trying to teach about when is the best timing for using AI.
Yeah, and I think that's a
Yeah.
really important question, because I think a lot of the time people are not taught when is it best not to use it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
A lot of it's like, okay, no, just throw it in. And like I have seen recently on Instagram this trend of teachers creating like an AI generated avatar of them and just posting it online, you know, or you know, I've seen how people are just putting very sensitive information straight into
Yes.
ChatGPT or Gemini, and it shows that there is like a lack of AI literacy. So I think it's really good what you're doing there in terms of making sure that actually like, all right, yes, we have these AI tools, but let's actually train our teachers. They are the expert in the room, and we
Yes.
still want them in the room, but we want it to be a tool that actually enhances it. Because I think I saw that stat that actually helped a student answer a question in 1 minute instead of 12 minutes. So there is real positive impact if we can get the teachers to have a good level of AI literacy.
Yes, yes.
So I want to actually turn that into a question in terms of like, what have you seen like the impact been? Because I think it was right that that over 100,000 students have used your
that's
tool, which
right.
is a lot. It's a lot.
quite
So
a lot.
what do you think that the impact has been already in terms of like how positive AI has been in terms of the educational journeys of those 100,000 plus students?
So AI digital textbook is not focused on AI, but both
Yeah.
way. So it's focused on trying to decrease the workload for the teacher side.
Okay.
And then with the digitalized textbook, they can monitor each student's progress with the dashboard. And also during the class, they can see each student's progress for like so they can check the learning journey of the during the class is the most powerful impact for the AI digital textbook actually, because already ChatGPT and Gemini is doing very well, and so for the AI digital textbook is just focused on more like on personalized learning. So our AI tutors gave a personalized feedback, and then we trying to make students do not give up during the class. It is more focused on, and also
Sorry not to interrupt, but in a way, it's building resilience in students. Like it's helping them to be more resilient.
Yeah, that's right.
And like to push forward, not give up.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important skill sets right
Yes,
now. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
like being in the classroom, I do see like sometimes students can be not as resilient. And I think if that tool is there making students more resilient
Yes.
and ensuring progress, that's really good.
Yes. And so we made like a computer science subject. So we are not focused on math and English because I think the computer science is the best AI digital textbook for the subject. For the subject side, the computer science is most best because teacher must use computer during that
Yeah.
computer science courses because they trying to teach about computer. So yes.
But I do think it's kind of interesting though, because we met at the Middle East leaders
right.
conference, right? And we had one of the speakers, Tendai. One person asked him if my child wanted to go to university, what should they do? And he was like, they should definitely not study computer science. They shouldn't do anything to do with technology. But obviously your product focuses on computer science. So why do you think it's still important now that we have like loads of AI tools? So for example, if I want Claude to generate me some HTML code, it can do like that. If I want to vibe code a website, I can do it like that. So why do you think like computer science is still really important? I think it's still really important, but I want to hear from you.
Okay. So I think the computer science is focused on not coding. It's focused on computational thinking.
Okay.
So the most important thing is how to write a prompt or how to use AI well is connected with the computer science subject exactly, because how to make cloud code well is like a subject for computer science. So I most time I explain like this. Even though there is a calculator and ChatGPT or Wolfram Alpha is already published, but we learn math.
Yeah,
Same
that's
thing.
true. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I think it's same thing.
Very true. And I do, like, from my teacher days when I'm a qualified maths teacher actually from the UK. So, I remember in the classroom, like it was still, even if I said, okay, you guys can use calculators, I would still have a lesson specifically on how to use a calculator very well. These are still fundamentals that people need. I do think computer science is still worth going to study, because we see now actually, like, with vibe coding, what we end up having is code that has a lot of technical debt in it.
That's right.
And you're going to need an expert who can go in there, a human expert who can go in there and sift through it and make sense of it and undo the technical debt. So if we don't have a generation of new students coming in to be able to solve those problems, it will be a problem in the future. So it's still a very valuable skill. I want to turn actually onto, in terms of like with AI and how it's shifting the landscape in education. One of the things that I've found when I've talked to students, so I myself was exhibiting at the GCC education event, and I had an opportunity to talk to a lot of students then. A lot of them are afraid. A lot of them are like, I don't know what the future is going to look like. I don't know if it's worth me studying. I don't know if it's worth me continue learning these things. Like, will it matter anymore? There's going to be an AI that can do it. And I think there's a lot of answers that teachers don't have to that as well. I want to hear your perspective on it. Like, if you could speak to a child right now, and I might actually ask you to look into the camera, but what would you say to them in terms of like, why should they actually see that, okay, like AI is going to help make a better future, and actually that it is going to, like, new technology is disruptive. Electricity was disruptive, like fire, the discovery of how to create fire was disruptive, but it also created a lot of good. So what would you say?
I think soon AI will be more developed, because it keeps changing. So I'm trying to say that trying to make new one. So if you think it is new, everyone think new, because almost all people use a large language model or ChatGPT, Gemini for their lives. So the most bad thing is most result looks very similar.
True.
For the like
monoculture.
So I think the most important thing is trying to do new ones. So even though teachers think that I think this is the new one, that they might be give a more good score. I think, because everyone is similar and everyone is make a good like a normally good result. But if they think it is new, they might be like that. And also trying to be more active is more important things, and go around more, it will be more important, and meet more people, because everyone doesn't like to talk with AI, but
Yeah.
I think so. I like for the business side, one person can make their own business because the AI is very good. But if your company needs more people, I think maybe like on sales team will be more important, I think, those days, because it cannot work with AI, because sales teams already meet people to for the business. So I think the two ones, trying to make new one and then go around, meet people a lot, and doing exercise.
Exercise.
Like, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it is important things.
I think that's so good. And I do think that it really is the case that the ability to talk to people, to have
yeah.
deep conversations, connect with people, that's something that's deeply human connection.
Yeah.
And like you said, like I also agree. I can see sales being more important, because you're still going to be selling to human beings in the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it was something from IBM saying that, okay, a computer should never make a management decision. And I do think a lot of people are still not going to let AI or AI agents in this case be like, okay, buy me everything, buy me this thing. It would allow them to suggest it, but still the human is going to be there and type it, actually click the button to say, oh, gee, I want to purchase this item. They're not going to let an AI agent go crazy on it. And like you said, like with sales, it's deeply emotional, right?
Yes.
Purchasing something is deeply emotional. If you've spoken to anyone who's purchased a house, it's really emotional.
Even though, like, I see the news, McKinsey fired about 3,000 employees because of the AI. So I think the like a human thing is most important with future.
Yeah.
In future.
In future, yeah, I really agree with that as well. Oh wow. So what would you say is your human edge right now? So personally, I think I already have an answer for you. Like, given how you've really been around the world, that takes so much tenacity, so much grit. But what would you say your human edge is?
Like humans or edges of
No,
human.
but your specific human edge, as in.
So I think those days trying to know AI exactly is like most important things. So everyone know that AI is comfortable and decrease your workload, but always there is still new AI all over the world. But trying to, so I think the best things for people is trying to pick the best one for their lives. It is become more important. So trying to like understand when is the best time for using AI and think more deeply, it will be best, more important those days. I think it is the human edge for me.
Nice. So obviously choosing when to use AI and when to not, but choosing which AI models specifically for, I guess, for the task at hand. And I like this whole idea of like a chess master mindset, right? And you have all your different pieces on the board.
Yes.
So maybe like mid journey can be your bishop, and then Claude can be your knight, and kind of choosing which pieces on your board you're gonna use at that moment. So I guess like if you were going to say your queen player in terms of AI models, what was your go-to basically? What's your go-to AI tool?
I think those days is Claude is the best.
I love Claude.
Yes, but Claude Code, using Claude Code is most important. Like trying to write the the most good prompt for
Yeah.
your work. And so I think those days Cloud Code is the best. But our platform is good
Yeah.
for
Yes,
studying. I
definitely. Yes. Use the platform.
Yes, in schools, for the
Yeah.
schools. And I also do research. I recommend the SciSpace.
Sitespace, okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. I use Perplexity a lot.
Yeah.
I really love Perplexity for like deep research.
Yes, but SciSpace is for the like trying to find a reference.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. So I usually study about SciSpace those days.
Yeah. Actually, I want to ask you, what is your, because I know you're doing a PhD in EdTech. What are you actually, in a world where people are saying, okay,
Yes.
don't pursue education, like, skills, the skills half-life, cuts very quickly. People are saying, okay, like, they've gone to university, there's no worth in it. You're actually kind of doing the opposite as as someone who's actually
Yes.
at the frontier of AI as well. You're actually pursuing further education. So why did you decide to pursue a PhD? And then we'll go on to what are you actually focusing on?
Actually, I think I'm doing research for my company. So
Yeah.
Codle saved a lot of data. So I'm trying to analyze them to make a more good education. So I'm doing research for that because we make a lot of data for students and teachers. So trying to make more platforms for the research. And then also, if I can do both professor and CEO, it will be more good for the education side. And because most like schools and who is popular in the school, they like a DR doctor.
Yes.
It looks good.
I love that. I love that. You're just like, I want to be a doctor. I want to have PhD.
The author Justin for LinkedIn. Oh, it's good.
It looks good.
Or Prof. Justin. So I cannot like give up for that because when I started my startups, I almost end my my PhD is almost end. So it's just I just left like on one period.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then I stopped for the PhD for about 3 years, and now I am doing.
You do suicide again. Oh, nice, lovely.
So I don't want to forgive up
on that,
just for the papers.
So,
yes.
Okay, but on that topic as well, I do want to understand. Do you think university is still worth it now? Because like I said, certain skills have.
Yes.
I think the fundamentals stay the same in education. Like, for example, you still really should know how operations work. You should still know how to do calculus up to a certain level. Like the fundamentals aren't going to change, like for the subjects. But in terms of like certain skills, they will fade. Like, for example, will people still be using like this version? Will people still be using ChatGPT in 30 years? Who knows, right? So it's kind of like that skill set. Will that matter as much? Or, for example, let me talk about more of a specific skill set. Being able to code in Python, will that still matter in 20 years' time? Or being able to use like a specific Microsoft tool like Power BI, I don't know if you've heard of it. Skills now are having a much shorter shelf life. They're having half-lives. And, I think it's this thing in a way that degrees can expire, which is weird, because before, especially in terms of the UK, like having a degree really meant you're set up for life. Like you're going to get a good job, you're going to get good money.
You see in Korea.
But now it's really not the case. And we see a lot, especially from where I'm from, that having a degree doesn't mean that you will have employment, especially now that like AI is disrupting the career ladder. So do you think would you say to students that, okay, it's still worth going to university? Or is the question a little bit more, it's not a yes or no question? What do you think?
So I think like just like a degree is, I think, still important because it means study a lot and get more deep insight that subject, I think. So, and also, but the job is decreased.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think trying to be expert is more important. So it's like so be expert in specific subject will be more be important, I think. But I think for the degree is like on trying to make on like on hardware or like on natural science, like those things will be more like on precious because you're still doing experiment. And so I think it depends on what you do, but trying to be more expert is more become important.
Yeah.
And for the job side, I think trying to get a job is the job is still decreased, and I think the trying to make your own business is more good. Like so, I think
that's really good.
I think so. The entrepreneurship, they teach like an entrepreneurship is become more important.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Job is decreased, so make an idea of the business or it's all same, all aligned. Business, make a business, your own business. Try to go out.
Yeah. Talk to people.
Yeah. Talk to people.
Yeah, do you know that's really good. And I think I really, and it's not that we, we haven't really. We obviously we met one time before, but like I think it's so weird how we agree on a lot of things. Like I definitely think like we need to start shifting students from a mindset of that. Okay, I'm gonna be an employee one day. Actually, like you said, like the whole reason why you created Codle Team Monolith is because you saw a problem and then you went out and solved it.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's literally, and I think that's the type of mindset we need to start giving students. Like if you see problems, solve it, and if you make a good solution, people are willing to pay you if you make a good solution as well. And then also in terms of the human connection, going out there and meeting different people, and then on top of that expertise, because there was a research in terms of like the people who are able to build AI a lot better are experts, right? You're going to see, okay, actually like when like I don't know, ChatGPT gives you a response, you're like, actually wait, that's not right, actually. It's only an expert that can like tell the difference there. And I've seen like people say on like newspapers that, okay, like AI is the great equalizer of skill sets. And I'm like, no, like how much more a person who is like, for example, can actually code, can get out of it is way more, because you know exactly like what things should look like. You know all the different standards and so on. But yeah, I definitely think like learning entrepreneurship, being able to be an expert, have deep expertise, so that you're actually better than AI on that topic. You have edge knowledge on it. And I think one thing that I would actually say is financial literacy, especially because now if jobs aren't as safe anymore, you need to have a way to make sure your money is working
that's right.
when you're not working. And that's what I think. Like I'm never going to go out and give people specific financial advice, but I do think there is that aspect that schools or society doesn't really touch upon, is that whole idea of that if we are entering into a world that is it's different, but doesn't mean that it's negative. It's just different. There's way more opportunities as well to create their own businesses. I think there also needs to be that talk of that, like with these new opportunities comes maybe a less, a less concrete ground, and that means that they need to start building their own ways to kind of make sure that their life is stable even if they're not working. So I don't know if you have anything to say to that.
Oh yeah, I think totally same. So I think so we are trying to I think also AI education is. I think this is the item for just like 5 or 6 years. Maybe 6 years later, AI will be more developed. So at that time, we will do the like an entrepreneurship business uh, for the students. So
Yeah. But they still have to decide.
sure.
I think there's one thing of like, AI can reason, but does it have desire of its own? So it's still like a human desire that has to push something into reality. Like even I've seen these like funny videos on YouTube where it's like ChatGPT, make me 2 million today, and like they're talking to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I wish it was that good that I could say, make me £2 million today. If it works, I would be doing it right now. But I think it's still that the human desire is necessary. But yeah, that's really really good. I think I want to end off in terms of just revisiting that AI governance topic just one more time.
Okay.
Because I want to understand what are your defining principles, right? What defines your principles when you go about doing AI governance? I know that Korea has it's one of the strictest, they're already ahead, but with AI governance, it starts off with actually understanding the company's own principles and own ideologies, and then you kind of start branching off to kind of like, what does that mean now for AI governance? So, for example, if people thought that, if they're consequentialists, right? So they focus on the fact that we want to make sure that there are good consequences, or they maybe have virtue ethics where they're focusing on the fact of like, okay, this person has inherent good character, or maybe deontology, right, where it's focused on duties. Not to go off on a tangent too much, what do you think is your guiding principles when it comes to like AI? What's your guiding principles? What's your company's, I guess, your take on ethics?
For the principles, good principles.
Your core principles, your
your
core values.
Principle values. Yes. So I think I trying to give a direction to AI. Think 3 times.
Yeah.
So not just give copy and paste with AI. Trying to write something. Even though there is a grammatical error, trying to write something to use AI. So it is my principle, because I don't want to. If I just use AI just like this, I think I lose
Yourself,
cognitive
yourself
in
atrophy,
AI.
your own self. So like, if you were to like reword that, would you say is that like is it that you want to type it because you believe that human growth is human like the humanity, like your personal growth,
that's right,
having a sharp mind is very important, because I do think that is something that I am afraid that we could lose. That like it's quite intoxicating, right? You're like,
that's right.
Okay, do this thing, and then creates lines and lines and lines of like some. Because I was using it, like I use it every single day, and I was able to create like a process that just like saved me, when I mean weeks of work, like really weeks of work, and I was just like, wow, But I do think it's like, I want to always make sure that I am the human in the loop, that I am thinking, I am being critical, because it's very important that we keep our minds sharp. So, okay. So I guess in a way that's like it's, I guess, like inherent character that we should be learning, that we should be trying to grow ourselves, because like we said, if we go back to the beginning, how you named it Team Monolith after the Space Odyssey, because you see where people can be. You see that human beings can be star children. You see that we can be the smartest version of ourselves. Is that right, or am I wrong in the way I'm interpreting?
Yeah, sure. So I just want to tell once more.
Yeah.
Trying to give at least 4 sentences when you use ChatGPT, and then read it. Please read it.
Yes.
So even though I recommend read a book is also good.
Yes. Yeah.
So trying to go to like back to the basic things.
True. Yeah. 100%.
It is the best
Way of
things
going
way
about.
better.
Yeah, because I'm currently doing a course right now. I'm doing the Oxford AI Ethics and Regulation Compliance course right now, and I saw myself like reaching for AI to like summarize something, and I thought to myself, no, Nicola, we're not doing that. Read every single source, like read all, like yes, it's 12 pages, but read it. Because I do think there's sometimes when we summarize things, there's things that we learn that we lose in the process. That's a part of learning, right? We shouldn't just quickly summarize everything. And like you said, we need to think things through because there is beauty in the length of that. But I think we're coming to our end. Thank you so much, Justin, and thank you for bringing your human edge to this podcast and really giving us answers in terms of how to go about AI governance, how to make sure that we are being AI literate, understanding your principles, and just being a very nice person all around.
Sure.
Yes, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yes.
And thank you for watching the Human Edge podcast.
Yes.